Everyone, my name is Professor Heaton. Welcome to an exciting, fast summer course in Brit Lit 2. So generally what I like to do before class starts is just give you a rundown of how everything is going to work, what the expectations are, go through all the boring kind of first day class stuff, and just give you a feel for how everything is going to go down so you can feel comfortable, you can feel safe in these wild and crazy times. So the first thing I'm going to do is just show you what our Blackboard page is going to look like. I'm outside, by the way. I'm in my garage. I have two kids. They're inside. They're yelling. They're screaming. They're playing Animal Crossing. So if they come out here, you'll get to meet them. Okay? So this is what our syllabus page is going to look like. This is in Blackboard. So if you look right here where it says syllabus, this is just going to give you a very, very, very brief overview of everything that's going to happen as far as the course description. We're going to be looking at British literature from the Romantic period all the way up until the present. You're going to look at prose, poetry, drama, fiction, and we're going to connect all of that literature to the historical and cultural context of the time period from which they come out of. So we'll be looking at all sorts of different texts, and hopefully you'll get a feel for the progression of British literature by the end of our 1 month long course. So here are our course objectives and learning outcomes, pretty basic stuff. We're going to try to identify authors, works, historical, cultural events, things that characterize the particular literature and the time periods that they come out of. You hear that plane? I don't know if I'm flying a helicopter. Crazy times. All right, so you'll demonstrate the knowledge of these characteristics through the discussion board post that we'll have. Also, we'll have projects. I'll get to that here in a second, or a single project. So you're going to think critically. You'll have communication skills throughout the discussion board posts. You're going to be responsible because you're a student in a college course. And yeah, so if you didn't get the notification already via WebAdvisor, there is no required text for the course. There's no materials that you need to have other than just an internet connection and time to do the work, and that's it, and I'll provide everything else for you. So here's how the grades are going to work. So your final grade is going to be on a 100-point grading system. That way, each point that you have, you can see that it correlates directly with the percentage point that you'll earn for the class. Know that I do not accept any late assignments. All quizzes, assignments, and major essays must be completed by their due dates. Okay? So, and the way that will look is that every Monday, with the exception of the first day of class, which is going to be Tuesday, I will send out everything that you need to know. And in fact, you can access everything already. So if you want to work ahead, you're able to do that as well. But I'll send out everything that you need to know. I'll send out a video on Monday explaining everything that you need to do. And you're responsible for doing all of the readings and all of the work by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. So that's when you have to turn in everything for that week. And then Monday starts a new unit, a new week. Okay? So you get all the information on Monday and you have a week to do it all. And that's how the rhythm of the course will work. And you'll get familiar with it after week 1. So there are not many graded assignments at all. There really aren't. So that's good for you because it means that you're not going to be stressed out trying to get everything done, but at the same time it also means that you have to focus on the very few assignments that you have. So there are 4 weekly grades that are going to be worth 15 points apiece, totaling to 60 points. So these are going to be discussion boards that are going to focus on the identification and implementation of knowledge learned in class in response to the assigned readings and resources. So really simple. I'll give you a prompt, what to write about. Those are all there if you want to look at them, and I'll show you how to go through them as well whenever we begin class. So you'll have one project that's going to be worth 40 points. So this assignment will require you to choose one of the optional novels, and by optional, you have the option of choosing one, right? So there are 4 different novels spanning the 4 different time periods that we'll be studying, and you have to choose one of them. You have to choose one of them. They're all in the syllabus. You've got to read that novel thoroughly and articulate the text's relevance in history and its impact on the present. So there's going to be several different ways to present the information, and you're free to explore that as well. I'll show you where all that is. So Absence policies, know that the way that I'm going to do attendance is that I'm going to take attendance, as weird as that is for an online course. But what that means is if you submitted your discussion board post or the week's assignment on time, so before 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, you will be counted present for class that week. If you do not submit it on time, you will be counted absent. So once you have been absent for 15% of the coursework, which essentially means if you submit one thing late, then I'm within my rights to drop you from the course, which I do not plan on doing unless for some reason you're just ghosting me and not responding to my messages, etc. The way you can contact with me is through office hours, which I'm going to do through Google Hangouts. So the way that will work is you'll download the app Google Hangouts on your phone. It looks like a green circle with two quotation marks on it. You see it? It's right there. That's the guy right there. So Hangouts. And what you'll do is you'll add me as a friend on there through my my.tccd.edu email address. And I'll put up a file that will show you how to do that. So if you have any questions, you can contact me between 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. And if you're not able to get in contact with me through Google Hangouts, if for some reason it's not working, email me and I'll make sure that I help you figure it all out. Okay, so other things, disability support services. If you have any accommodations that you need specifically for this course that I'm not foreseeing, please make sure that you set up an appointment with the Student Accessibility Resources. I think they're doing video meetings now, and they can give me the paperwork that you need, and I can help you with any accommodation that you need. Okay, so syllabus change policy. I can change the syllabus because sometimes things happen. I have to change it. Okay, so this is it. It's a really, really basic syllabus. There are 4 primary weeks. The first week is over the Romantics. You'll have these assignments here that are all primarily poems. The optional novel, and what I would encourage each of you all to do is to choose the novel that you want and start reading it like now. They're all really short, so I chose really short novels. That way it's not too difficult for you to read those. So novel option for the Romantic period is Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. The option for the Victorians, I know it's summer, but it's a really short novel, A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. So if a lot of you like that story, that's a great one you can read. It's super short. For the moderns, one of my favorite books, a little lesser known book, is called The Man Who Was Thursday by G.K. Chesterton. So you may not be familiar with this guy. For any of you that are familiar with C.S. Lewis, who is the author of the Chronicles of Narnia, Screwtape Letters, Mere Christianity, he regarded G.K. Chesterton as one of his primary influences in his work. So G.K. Chesterton was a Catholic author who wrote wild fiction, the Father Brown stories, if you're familiar with those at all. Just a really kind of imaginative, speculative fiction writer. Really cool. And then lastly, which winds up usually being the most popular choice for the project, is the postmoderns. And the novel option there is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. Have you heard of it? Do you know about this book? It's about this boy. I'm just kidding. So if you've never read that, I would highly encourage you to give that a go. Okay, so those are all of your novel options. And you'll see that each week, essentially what you're doing is you're going to be reading short stories or poems or articles accompanied by a film that characterizes the era as well. Now, obviously the films weren't made during the Romantic era or the Victorian era, things like that, but it's adaptations of those works into films. So keep that in mind. So you notice I'll have all the readings right there, and then the assignments will be off to the side. It says discussion number 1, discussion number 2, discussion number 3, and it gives you a due date. And that's pretty much it for the syllabus. So know that on Monday, except for the first week of classes, will be on Tuesday, I'll send out the announcement that tells you how everything is going to go down. And then what you can do is you'll go over here to lessons. And like I said, I've got everything up here for you to access. So you'll click on week 1, the Romantics, which is June 2nd through the 7th. And you'll notice there I give you a little intro. I give you some background information. There's a video All of the texts that you need to read for class are right here in clickable links. They're all poems. And then there's a film that you'll watch right there, and some other resources for you to read. And also, if you want to read Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen, here's the opportunity for you to read it without paying a single dime. So if you want to order the book online, you're more than welcome to do that as well. But for each book, I've got the EPUB file, and you might need to download a particular EPUB reader onto your computer. So Books or iBooks works really well if you have a Mac. It's this right there. Or if you have an iPhone, you can throw that on your iPhone as well, and that works really well. There's some other EPUB readers too. Nook will read EPUBs. But if you just Google EPUB readers, it should be super easy and free for you to find. So if you have any difficulty doing that, please let me know, and I'll help you out. And try that like right now. Don't wait until week 5 and you're like, I'm going to read a novel, because you're not going to be able to read it all. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you're a reader and you can read it in a day or something like that. But for most of us, reading a novel takes a while. Okay? So, and then you'll have discussion board 1 right there. I'll go into more tips on that whenever I send out my week 1 video. But that's essentially how everything is going to work. The last thing I want to notify you of before I let you go is I would love for you all to give me a little introduction to who you are. So right here it says click create thread to see directions. Feel free to complete this ungraded assignment before week 1 begins. So this is not a grade, but I would really appreciate if you did complete this, just so I can associate a name with a face and give a little bit of background. So I gave you an example here. I didn't. I don't know why it's not there. Oh, wait. Got to click create thread. There we go. All right. So you'll see the directions here. I've given you pretty detailed options for how it's supposed to go. I would love it if you want to upload a video. If you want to do this without typing anything out, but actually you talking, that'd be really cool. If I could hear your voice and see your face, that'd be really cool. So here's the example post for me. That's me. You can tell. That's my wife. My daughter, Molly. She's 6. She's in kindergarten. This is my son, Cooper. He's 3. He's really cute. He looks grumpy. And you'll see in the directions there's also a response that I would like for you to have to your classmates as well. And there's an example of it down there. But I would love to see an image of your face. You can curate it and choose one. Even better if you want to, I don't know, take a shower and do your... I just took a shower because I've been in PJs for the last 2 months because of COVID. So if you want to post a video, that would be awesome too. Okay? So that's pretty much how class is going to work. I'll put a couple of key bullet points when I send out this message that will all be found in the announcements page right there, which I'll send out every Monday. I'll send out an announcement, as well as Thursdays. On Thursdays, I'll do kind of a midweek check-in, see how everyone is doing, some encouragements, some good examples of work that other students have submitted. All right? So it's a lot of work, but it's just for June. I'm your advocate. I want you to pass this class with flying colors. I want you to do really well. So I'm on your side. We can do this together. Please message me if you have any concerns, or if you want to hop on to Google Hangouts already and send me a message, you can do that. So I want to encourage you, if you're seeing this before class begins or even before you have access to Blackboard, go ahead and do that introduction discussion board as soon as you can, as soon as Blackboard opens it up. And also, grab one of those books and start reading. Maybe hop on Amazon and read through the summaries or synopsis and see which one sounds the most interesting to you, and begin the work there for the project that will be coming up. And I'll give you more information about that in the week 1 video. Okay? All right. Y'all are awesome human beings. Once again, my name is Professor Heaton. Please, please, please contact me if you have any questions. All right, bye.